Well, the first ever EarthX Film Festival in Dallas features films that explore the beauty of our environment and how we are, in some cases, actually mistreating it.
As a freediver, it was the place where I proved myself to myself. Finally, have the opportunity to pay the sea back.
The plastic that we produce is recycled.
That is explorer Tanya Streeter, featured in the documentary A Plastic Ocean, about the plastic waste that's polluting what should be really our pristine waters. And we welcome Tanya to Midday to talk more about her film. Thank you so much for being here and for bringing this to everyone's attention. So first of all, how did this documentary come about? You said you're a free diver?
Yes, and I'm not. I'm certainly not the brainchild of this whole issue.
Yeah.
But our producer, rather, Joe Ruxton, had started doing some exploration into the issue. Oh gosh, probably 8 years ago now.
Okay.
And I came to be involved because my name had become somewhat synonymous with the ocean, and I had this crazy gift for freediving that I was trying to put to good use, and got invited to be a patron for the Plastic Oceans Foundation, and then to help co-lead this film, which has just been an incredible journey for me.
Wow, that is amazing. And where exactly did you travel to capture it, and over how many years?
The film really wrapped probably a couple of years ago, our last shooting, maybe about 18 months ago, and we were filming for 6 or 7 years before that.
Okay.
So as far as where we've been, all over the world. I mean, there's nowhere in the world that this issue doesn't affect. There's been plastic particles, microplastics found in every body of water on the planet, everywhere.
And we're seeing parts of the film right now. How does it make you feel to see marine life endangered by all of this man-made trash?
Well, you know, it's interesting that there's different ways of looking at it, and people are inspired to change by different things. It's either by seeing a filthy, dirty beach, or by, as you pointed out, the animal welfare issues. But I'm particularly interested in the human health impact, because I believe, understandably, that in our nature we're selfish, and that if we truly understand that this is affecting our health and our children's health, then I think that's where we're most likely to be motivated to change.
Yeah, people will pay more attention. So how does plastic actually affect the food chain then?
Well, it enters the food chain in many different ways. We look, being ocean-based, we look at how it enters the food chain through fish, because there's this plastic smog we reference in the film that it's not an island the size of Texas out in the Pacific. In every one of the 5 gyres in the ocean where the currents swirl, our plastic is drawn, our waste is drawn, and it is broken up into smaller and smaller particles. And those microplastics, even the chemicals that exist in the ocean from other various pollutants, stick to those microplastics, and it enters the food chain at the lowest level. And as animals eat smaller animals and it rises up the food chain, those toxins sit in the meat and the fat of the fish that we then eat.
We are eating that stuff.
We are
eating that stuff.
But our exposure to plastic is not just limited. I'm not saying, okay, everybody has to stop eating fish.
Right.
But single-use plastics are the greatest offender.
Yeah.
And we have an enormous power as individuals to refuse to use single-use plastics. Unless you're a toddler, you really don't need a straw. You know, there's medical situations, and plastic will always have its place where it's needed, and we won't ever eliminate it. But 50% of the plastic that's produced is for single-use items. And why make a single-use item out of a material that's indestructible?
Yeah.
So that's our biggest problem, and that's also where we have our greatest power.
Tanya, thank you so much for your work and for telling us about this film. We want to make sure that you guys at home know that A Plastic Ocean screens at 5:30 Saturday at the Women's Museum Theater at Fair Park. So for ticket information, and you're going to want to see this film, you guys, go to earthxfilm.org. Thank you again so much.